Last year I made 2 summer tops because I didn't have enough summer clothing. The problem now is that my style has changed so much that they don't really count anymore. But I've learned a lot, so this year the plan is to make clothes that I will hopefully love forever. Yeah. And this week I'm on spring break, so I have time, but exams are starting up right after, so this week is all I have. So I'm gonna sew as many pieces of my summer wardrobe as I can in 5 days. So my main plan is to sew a top and a skirt, if I have enough, from this fabric, and a shirt and a pair of pants from this fabric. And if I have time, I have a few bonus garments in mind. Okay, we've got no time to waste, so let's just start. I haven't really checked how much fabric this is, but it is a lot.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by. It doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves so low, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again?
If you're wondering why yokes with stripes are usually cut in a different direction than the rest of the shirt, that's simply because then you don't have to pattern match it.
Wait, hold on, put me together.
It's 12 o'clock on day 1 and I'm ready to start sewing. After picking this up. So I will start with the tricky part. Here I have the 2 pieces for my left front panel. Yeah, and they have a bit of a tricky corner right here. So what I will do is to put them right sides together. Then I will first sew along this side here, which is the bottom. And when I get to the corner, I will cut open the seam allowance. And then I will move this fabric so that it will lie in a straight line and then just continue sewing. A really useful thing I've learned at fashion school is to always finish every piece you're working on before you sew them together. For instance, finish the front panel before you sew it together with the back panel. I have these 2 pieces together and now I'm going to sew the plackets on both sides. You can make exceptions from that rule, by the way. For example, when you want to see where to place pockets, which might be easier when your piece is finished, or you can at least put it on your body. My placket will be 2 centimeters wide at the front, so I've added 4 centimeters in addition to that to fold it over twice. Front panels are done, except buttons and buttonholes and a pocket, which I am postponing until later. But for now, I will start the back panel. Okay, so this is the fold at center back. I'm just gonna baste it in place, because then I know it will stay in place when I sew this piece to the yoke. I have 2 of the back yokes and I'm gonna put this back panel between them so that it's right sides together to one of them and wrong sides together to the other. And then I will sew a seam across here. started pinning the sleeve to the body. Okay, so I started at the center top, put a pin there. Then I put a pin where the edges meet, where the side seam is. And then I'm just evenly spreading out the rest of the fabric. That's one sleeve and two of them. Okay, I went on a walk as well, so now it is 8 o'clock. So I've managed to do a bit less today than I had hoped, but I mean, I have almost sewn a shirt in a day, so it's not so bad. And it is the piece I have planned that is the most time consuming. I hope. So let's just keep going. I'm doing the collar next, and I'm currently gluing interfacing onto it. I'm just making sure that I've marked the center of this, just doing a small cut. And then I will pin and sew it to the wrong side first. Because when I sew it to the wrong side first, I will later fold it over and then I'll do a top stitching on the right side. So that way I know that the right side will look good. All right, I'm tired. I'll finish this tomorrow. It is day 2 and I need to finish the shirt today and sew a pair of pants to have the progress I've planned for. So today will have to be the efficient sewing day of all efficient sewing days. It's almost done. Stay away. I'm going to sew a top stitch on this part here that's longer than the back panel to keep the seam allowance in place, and then I will hem the bottom of the bodice and the sleeves. Then I'm making a pocket and then it's done for now because I haven't bought buttons. I've realized that I've forgotten to prepare my extras. So I will write a list of everything I realize I need for all of my garments, and then I will buy everything at once. I think this fabric is a cotton poplin, but I'm not sure. It didn't have any information, but no matter what it is, it feels so good against my skin. I want to hug myself. I have a couple thoughts. I would actually like the sleeves to be this length that they are now, but I haven't hemmed them. So instead of folding the hem twice as I did at the bottom, I think I will overlock it and then just fold once. Also, when I did the pattern construction for this, I designed the collar to always lay open and flat like this. It can come closer. But I looked at my sketches now and I saw that I've actually designed this shirt with a button all the way up with the same type of color, but just moving them to the other side of the placket so that the placket is free of the color. Sort of like I've done here where this is the placket and this is the color. But that will go on the list of things I will do at the end because it's not really important right now, and it's also something I can possibly do like next week or something. Okay, that's it for now with the shirt. And then buttons and possibly color changes coming later. The time is 12:30, so many hours left of the day. I will have a lunch break and then start with the pants. have saved a zipper from an old pair of pants. You can see there's only the fly and the zipper left. I'll do the fly first, then the pockets, then just everything else. And step 1 of sewing the fly is to sew the front crotch seam up to where the zipper will stop. Then I will sew it onto this side. Then this piece goes here. I just realized I should add some interfacing. Nice. Only one part left on the fly. Almost. And now it's time for the pockets. I have put interfacing on some facings that will be sewn to the pockets. Ta-da! It looks like this on the inside. Now it is 7:30 p.m. and I'm still hopeful. I've done the trickiest part, which is the fly. I will now do the back panels, so I will first sew the back crotch seam and then the back pockets. So we've reached the skirt stage. And it's time for the inner leg seam. I'm making belt loops. I'm just gonna have to deal with being a bit behind schedule because it's 10 o'clock and I'm tired. But I've only got the waistband and the hemming left, so it's a bit early, so I have to be quiet. But it's day 3, 7 o'clock in the morning. I woke up early for this. Let's finish these pants. I'm back, and what I'm doing now is to just fold the waistband over, making sure that it covers both the seam allowances and the seam, and then I will sew a top stitch. These belt loops are way too long, so I will cut them down to, I'll do 7 centimeters. Ta-da! I only have the button here left, but I'm gonna do that at the same time as I do the buttons on the shirt. And these look like pajamas when I wear them together, so I probably won't do that. It's currently 2 o'clock, but the 2 next garments are gonna be faster to make. I'm guessing 2 hours.
2 hours?
Maybe on the skirt, because that's only 1 seam, 2 seams with a zipper, a facing, and a hem. so that should go fast unless I mess it up. And the top is 1 seam, 2 seams, facing, 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 hem, and a placket. I'm doing a skewed placket. I saw a photo of it and I just had to do it. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's gonna cost me some time on the cutting due to the pattern. I'm not gonna be able to live with a bad pattern match.
Where did the time go? How do we move so far away?
That took 45 minutes, so not too bad actually. It helps that there aren't many pieces. And the first seams I will sew are the shoulder darts.
Holding on, how much can we both take?
The sewing machine started messing up a bit. Thankfully, I just had to change the needle.
Love is an echo. I can't hear what you're saying. Love is an echo. I can't hear what you're saying.
The next thing I'll do is to sew the shoulder seams. On this garment, I'm going to French seam them. So I will first put them wrong sides together, sew a seam, and then flip it around, press, and sew a seam right sides together. Next up is the right side seam, which will also be French seamed. I think it looks promising so far, but now's the time when this part comes in. The first thing I'll do is just to sew it to the back panel. I can't postpone doing the placket anymore. So I'll start by gluing interfacing to the whole placket area. So that's 2, 4, 6 centimeters in from each edge. I love it. There might be too much fabric in the back, which I can remove by sewing a couple darts. But I really like this placket. I do feel really lucky to be able to just watch something cool on a photo and then just make it. I'll do the facings now and then I'll be able to properly see how everything will look. I forgot to show you that I nailed the pattern matching. The neckline. Did I seriously overestimate how much I was gonna be able to sew yesterday? Yes. Yes, I did. But let's just continue where I left off. Ta-da! And then we have the armholes. This one is gonna be wrong side out because I made it mirrored or what it is supposed to be, and I don't have any interfacing left. I don't want to spend time on it. It's gonna be on the inside anyway. No one's gonna see it. That's just how it is right now. I didn't show you this last night because it was so dark. But what I'm doing when I sew the facing in is just to sew right sides together, pin, sew, flip around, and then I cut away parts of the seam allowance and I press a lot. Now all that's left is to hem the bottom, at least all that's left except sewing the buttons. That's it. I lost the pin somewhere. This is a very simple A-line skirt. So for this to work, I actually have to cut them out at a 90-degree angle to each other. So the pattern on the front and back panels are gonna be 90 degrees on each other, but that's gonna have to be fine. These don't have any darts or anything, so I can just start by sewing the side seams together. And because I'm gonna add a zipper in the left side, I think it's easiest to just overlock and then do an ordinary straight seam. I decided I wanted a slit from about the knee and down, so I ripped open the bottom of the seam, did a top stitch to keep the seam allowance in place. Now it looks like this. I've also left an opening at the top for the zipper. I found this green invisible zipper in my stash. It works, and there's barely anything that's gonna be visible from the zipper anyway. I need to add a facing for the waist, and since I don't have any interfacing left, I'm gonna go see if I can find any muslin or anything I can use. Yes, this I can use. This is actually the 12 from when I made a Dior-inspired top for my sister. The fabric will work, by the way, because it's thicker than the one I'm working with, and it's kind of similar to the fabric I'm using with interfacing on, so it will work as a stabilizer. I feel kinda cool wearing this. The skirt is almost done. I haven't hemmed the bottom, but I wanted to try them together. And this actually works as I wanted, because now I can wear them together and pretend that they're a dress, but I can also wear them separately, so then it gives me more options, because there is a lot of pattern going on here. So I was actually really excited to start a bonus garment right now, because it's a top that I've been thinking about for a couple of weeks. But I went to get the fabric and I realized that I had forgotten to clean it. Talking about being prepared. And it has a shrinkage of 18%, so I'm not gonna take that risk. So the fabric's in the washing machine right now, and I'm gonna spend the rest of the day doing at least what I can from my list, which is to fix the color of the shirt and to sew the darts on the top.
The shadows were dancing on the building's golden light when sunset glow. Bustling streets and busy traffic.
It is 10 o'clock on day 5, and it's time for the bonus garment, which is a top. This top. Please ignore the bad state that these pattern pieces are in. This is the 4th and last time I am cutting up and taping and redoing the same pieces of paper to create a different top.
Walking hand in hand on our way home. The roads were drawn like something certain, every turn laid out so clear.
The fabric is a cotton muslin with a crinkled structure, and it's really soft and airy, and this will be great to wear on those really hot summer days. And on this top there are no darts. All darts are moved to seams instead. So I have one panel at the front, one in the side, and one in the back. And in each side I have this puffy thing. I'll just start by sewing all parts together, except the puffy ones. They will be done last. So this is the third time I try to sew on the back panel, and apparently I'm not capable of doing it right, because the first 2 times it was inside out and now it's upside down. And also I realized I need a zipper for this. Okay, so I got, this is like a candy bag. These ones for the shirt and these for my top. And they didn't have invisible zippers because this is a yarn store, so they don't have like a huge amount of zippers. But they had dividable ones. So I was thinking, I think maybe I like that. Now let's gather the side panels. I have gathered the fabric until it fits really nicely inside this curve, and now I am going to turn them right sides together and then sew along the whole curve. Okay, now I'm gonna see how this will look with the zipper in front. So I really like this. And all that's left of it is to sew a couple straps, hem the bottom, and I'm gonna finish the top with a bias tape. I'm currently sewing on the bias tape and I'm doing it from the right side first. That's all I have left on this top, except sewing on the straps as well, but the straps are done. But I'm losing daylight, it's getting really dark here, so, and it's 8 o'clock if you're wondering. So I think I will do what I have left without recording it, and then I will show you tomorrow morning. Because what I'm gonna do now is just to finish the top and then do what's left on my list, which is to sew buttons and buttonholes. And that's not the most interesting thing to watch anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. See you tomorrow.